Hey everyone, today I'm bringing you a little bit of a one-off video because this is gonna be a very specific weapon review sort of thing. They are talking about the bow, in specific the Bloodied Bow, because I have managed to get my hand on a bloodied and some major, minor and legendary effects like this. And not really, doesn't really matter to be fair. The review won't actually really cover those all that much. The important thing is the bloodied, because there are a few things that, since I imagine most of you don't actually never really saw a bow that is bloodied before, because it's just too elusive. I mean, unlike the ghost shotgun, ghost minigun, the ghost pistol, and plasma caster and whatnot, you cannot actually craft these with legendary variants. You can only get these from the purveyor, and because of the purveyor, you can also get it from the fastnacht event because it pulls from the purveyor drop pool. And yeah, let's go over it and how this actually changes how you should take a look at the weapon, apart from, or instead of just if it was a regular bow. So once you go up to the workbench, and you will need, of course, the Gunsmith perks, you will see that I actually bought all of the variants except the, well, actually the other side as well. But you get a standard arrow, which at the best bloody threshold with all of the damage dealing perks will deal you 401 damage. The cryo arrows don't actually increase the damage whatsoever, but they already reduce the range quite a bit. It just gives you basically a freezing effect, so if you didn't already find the cryo arrows kind of useless, now they're gonna be even more useless, because as we go towards the bottom options you will see why it is so. The flaming arrows, again, the bloody doesn't actually affect it. The flaming damage is a kind of set damage over time effect that is the, of course, flaming damage that now the shish kebab and the flamer is also having. Now the explosive arrow, this is interesting because I have demolition expert or rank 5, and that's why it jumps up the damage with a whopping 100. That's not nothing, by the way. 100 is quite a bit of increase, and this doesn't actually take into factor the splash damage, I think, but you will see that soon enough from the testing. And plasma arrows, which actually is being outdamaged by the explosive, as well as this one being, a shared damage type between the energy and the normal damage. However, it is actually more consistent than the explosive arrows, as you will see also soon enough. And last but not least, of course, the ultrasight arrows that are being outdamaged by the explosive with the demolition expert perk, but without that, the ultrasight arrows are pretty much the best option that you can have. And you will need 2 violet flux for that. And while the arrows are not that expensive to craft, I would still probably go for the plasma arrows, because as you can see, there isn't much of a difference in terms of damage. This is 490, this is 499. And yes, this is shared, but again, this is not that much of a difference to warrant having to craft arrows that are of the ultrasight variety. So yeah, also if you're wondering, the skin that I have right now is the survivor skin. Anyway, let's take it to the field and see what it can do. Okay, we are down here at the Westek Research Center, where of course the super mutants are inhabiting the place, and these guys are tanky bastards. They got plenty of resistances, and they should serve as a good example. And right now you will see that I'm gonna shoot this guy, hopefully not in the head. It's a one-shot. However, what's the damage? That was an 854 damage at this range. That's a suicider, I don't care about that. This is, where is the 68? Okay, so I'm walking closer. See, the damage is sort of inconsistent in most part. The range is very weird with this weapon. Sometimes you deal absurd amount of damage at really close range. Sometimes you can maintain that at kind of higher ranges, but at the same time there is a huge chance that you might get the big damage fall off at higher range. And I'm one-shotting them, so that's fine. They're doing alright. Okay, how about that bloke over there?
Nope.
There we go. Okay, let's try some more range shots. So, look at that, there's a legendary over there. Can we hit him at this range? And if yes, then for how much damage? I missed that one. There we go. That was barely half the damage at this range. As you can see, it's not even enough to get half of his health down. Let's try to walk closer a bit. How about this range? Yeah, that's already a bit much better damage, and I managed to naff him. So yeah, the range is pretty decent. I mean, at over this range, you won't gonna be able to hit targets that easily anyway. So should probably keep that in mind, that this weapon, despite being an arrow, it's not really that good for very long ranges. Of course, with usually with most scoped weapons, since you can apply a scope to this one, I got the glow sights on because that's the better version of the two. It gives you more accuracy. You can actually extend its range with that perk that I don't know the name of, that gives you better range with scoped weapons. This counts as well. Alrighty, we are here at another mutant's place, and just a heads up, for now I'm gonna shoot them without the Demolition Expert perk. After that, I'm gonna chuck that on to show you how much damage difference there is. It's mostly, as far as I tested, it's mostly gonna be the difference between the splash damage, but again, oh, that missed. Okay, I guess I'm gonna try and shoot at. Okay, that doggo was just doing acrobatic stuff. That's a 45 damage when I don't have Demolition Expert up with the splash damage. I'm gonna try and show the splash damage if I can miss that closely again. Where did the dog go? There he is. Again, that's already better splash damage. As you can see, I can get almost double the splash damage just by that. Because you got like, what, 40, and then we got 80, or almost 90 this time. Okay, so let's go back and check it for just the normal impact damage. Okay, so 68 level, 740 and 25. Keep that number in mind. 740. Let's find ourselves another level 68 variant. That's also 68 variant, but that's a boss, so that they might have a bit more resistance there. Stop there. 763. So it's not that big of a difference as from this occasion. 797. Oh, I'm dead. So overall, it looks like, unless you actually want each of your shots to count at least somewhat, with an explosion or something, then I would rather recommend having the plasma arrows, because they can have a higher damage output overall. And yes, that doggo is gonna die. Cool. So yeah, and that's pretty much about damage types. All the rest of the arrows you don't need to really care about. The Ultra Sight is still probably the best because it has about the same damage as the explosive heads with Demolition Expert on. But as you see, it does not get kind of hindered by its explosive nature. It's just raw damage. So, if you don't mind having to craft Ultra Sight arrows and 2 Violet Flux to upgrade it to the Ultra Sight variety, then I recommend getting that. This is a kind of an ammo efficient weapon overall, but, it can one-shot super mutants with other than Ultra Sight variants, so I don't think you actually need that all that much. Again, from the two, I would recommend using the plasma arrows, but overall, this is still a very solid weapon. I mean, I haven't even used the VET's critical chance multiplier thingy, and as you could see, I can pretty much nail them all in one shot. So yeah, hopefully you find this informative and helps you decide whether you wanna invest in a Bloodied Bow or not, and I'll see you the next time. Goodbye, guys.